Namaskaram. When we speak of what a man notices first about a woman, many may think it's about appearances or the physical form. But let us delve a little deeper, beyond the surface, into the subtler realms of human experience. Namaskaram. When we speak of what draws attention, it's not just about what is seen with the eyes. Far deeper than that is the energy a person carries, the intangible essence that surrounds them and fills the space they occupy. This energy is not something you can fake or put on as a mask. It is a reflection of who you are at your core. It speaks louder than words, shines brighter than appearances, and resonates beyond the physical realm. When a person walks into a room, their energy is the first thing that introduces them before they even say a word. This is not some mystical phenomenon, it is simply how human perception works. We are constantly reading subtle cues, whether we are aware of it or not. And the energy a person carries is like a silent broadcast that tells the story of their inner state, whether they're at peace, restless, joyful, or burdened. For a woman, this energy can have a profound impact. If she is centered, if she carries herself with a sense of balance and harmony within, it is naturally noticed. There is no need for dramatic gestures or loud expressions. The stillness within speaks volumes. A centered person is like a tree with deep roots. No matter how strong the winds blow, they remain steady. This steadiness is magnetic because it is rare in a world where most people are constantly being pulled in all directions. The energy of presence is also about being fully alive in the moment. It is not about dwelling in the past or projecting into the future, but being here, now, fully engaged with life as it unfolds. When someone is truly present, they emanate a vibrancy that is difficult to ignore. You may have noticed this yourself. There are some people who, without saying a word, can fill the room with their presence. This is not about dominance or charisma in the traditional sense. It is about being so in tune with life that they become a part of its rhythm. Such energy is not confined to a specific look or style. It transcends all of that because it is not about external adornments. It comes from the very core of one's being. It is about how connected you are to yourself and the life around you. When you are in harmony with your inner self, that harmony radiates outward. People may not be able to articulate it, but they feel it. They sense the calm, the depth, and the authenticity of such energy. If we look at what men notice first about women, it is not just the shape of the face or the color of the eyes. It is the presence they bring into the moment. It is the feeling they leave behind, like the lingering scent of a flower after it has passed. This energy is timeless and universal, and it can only be cultivated through inner alignment. It requires a certain stillness, a certain awareness, and a deep connection with oneself. This is the beauty of presence. It is not something you can buy or borrow. It is something you must nurture within. And when you carry this energy, you do not need to seek attention. Attention naturally finds you. There is something profoundly captivating about the way a person moves through life, not just physically, but in how they handle themselves in all situations. This is not about rigid perfection or deliberate performance. It is about an effortless flow, a quiet beauty that comes from being in harmony with life. This quality is often described as grace. And while it may seem subtle, grace has a language of its own, one that speaks directly to the heart without the need for words. Grace begins with a deep connection to oneself. When a person is centered, when they are comfortable in their own skin, their movements naturally reflect that inner balance. There is no hurriedness, no restlessness. Every action seems to have a purpose, yet it is not forced. This is not something you can practice in front of a mirror or learn from a book. It arises when you are in tune with the rhythm of life, when your mind is not in constant turmoil, and when you are present in the moment. Imagine watching someone walk into a room. It is not their appearance that strikes you first, but the way they carry themselves. There is a certain elegance, a certain fluidity in their movements. It's not about wearing the finest clothes or striking a dramatic pose. It's about how they embody ease and confidence without arrogance. Such a person doesn't demand attention. They invite it naturally. Grace is not limited to physical movement. It is equally present in how a person responds to situations. A graceful individual knows how to handle challenges without losing their composure. They speak with a tone that soothes rather than agitates. Even in moments of disagreement, they convey their perspective with a certain poise that makes it easier for others to listen. This kind of grace is deeply rooted in awareness, an awareness of oneself and the world around them. You see, grace is not about suppressing emotions or pretending to be unshaken. It is about being so deeply anchored within that even when the waves of life are turbulent, you move with them rather than against them. It is the ability to respond rather than react, to flow rather than resist. Such a way of being creates an aura that is profoundly attractive. When you observe nature, you see grace everywhere. A river flows gracefully even when it encounters rocks and obstacles. The wind moves through the trees, bending them gently without breaking them. A bird in flight, a flower blooming, even the stillness of a mountain. All carry a certain grace because they are in complete alignment with their nature. Similarly, a person who lives in alignment with their true self naturally exhibits grace in their thoughts, actions, and presence. There is also a deep humility in grace. It does not seek to dominate or overpower. Instead, it invites harmony and cooperation. A graceful person does not need to assert themselves loudly. Their very being communicates a sense of calm strength. They create an atmosphere where others feel at ease, where life seems a little less chaotic. This is why grace is not just noticed, it is felt deeply. In a world that often celebrates speed, loudness, and extremes, grace is a quiet rebellion. It reminds us that there is immense power in stillness, in softness, and in simplicity. To cultivate grace is not to add something extra to yourself, but to shed all that is unnecessary, to return to the essence of who you are. And when you embody grace, you speak a language that touches hearts, transcends barriers, and leaves a lasting impression without effort. There is something profoundly magnetic about a person who is truly authentic. Someone who does not wear masks or attempt to mold themselves into an image that others might find pleasing. Authenticity is a rare and powerful quality in a world where so many are caught in the endless pursuit of validation and approval. It is not about perfection. It is about being unapologetically real. When someone embodies this spark of authenticity, it draws others to them like moths to a flame. Not because they are flawless, but because they are genuine. To be authentic is to stand firmly in the truth of who you are. It means embracing all parts of yourself, the strengths, the imperfections, the successes, and the failures. This doesn't mean you shout your flaws from the rooftops or flaunt your struggles, but it means you are not afraid to let them exist as a part of your story. An authentic person does not try to edit their life for the sake of appearances. They understand that life is not about being perfect. It is about being real. When someone is authentic, there is no pretense in their words or actions. They say what they mean and mean what they say, not in a harsh or blunt way, but with sincerity. Their honesty is not meant to hurt or dominate. It is simply a reflection of their inner clarity. This kind of straightforwardness is refreshing because it breaks through the noise of superficiality. You know where you stand with such a person because there is no hidden agenda, no game being played. Authenticity is also deeply tied to vulnerability. To be authentic, you must have the courage to be vulnerable. This does not mean exposing yourself recklessly, but being willing to show your true self even when it feels risky. It is about having the strength to admit, I don't know, or I made a mistake, or this is what I truly feel. In doing so, you invite others to lower their own defenses and meet you in a space of genuine connection. Vulnerability, far from being a weakness, is a profound strength because it is the gateway to trust and intimacy. People often fear being authentic because they worry about judgment or rejection. But the irony is that authenticity is what people are most drawn to. When you are real, you give others permission to be real as well. You create a space where they feel seen and understood, not because you are perfect, but because you are human. This shared humanity is what builds deep and meaningful relationships. An authentic person is not overly concerned with fitting in or standing out. They are not trying to be different for the sake of being different, nor are they trying to conform to what is expected. Instead, they simply exist as they are, allowing their uniqueness to shine naturally. This effortless individuality is what makes them so compelling. They are not trying to be noticed, yet they are unforgettable because they are unlike anyone else. At its core, authenticity is about alignment. It is about aligning your thoughts, words, and actions with your true self. When you live authentically, there is no inner conflict, no feeling of living a double life. Your outer life becomes a reflection of your inner truth. And this congruence brings a deep sense of peace and freedom. You are no longer burdened by the need to keep up appearances or maintain a facade. This kind of authenticity is not something you acquire overnight. It requires introspection, self-awareness, and the willingness to let go of what is false. It means questioning the roles you have taken on, the beliefs you have inherited, and the expectations you have accepted without question. It means peeling away the layers of conditioning until you arrive at the essence of who you are. And when you embody this essence, you radiate a light that cannot be dimmed. It is not the kind of light that seeks attention or applause. It is a quiet, steady glow that draws others to you. This is the spark of authenticity, a quality that transcends appearances and speaks directly to the soul. It is not just noticed, it is felt. And in a world hungry for realness, it is one of the most precious gifts you can offer. Attention is one of the most profound forces in human interaction. Wherever your attention goes, energy flows. It is the silent force that shapes your experiences, relationships, and even the way others perceive you. When someone pays full attention, they create an invisible bridge between themselves and the object of their focus. This bridge carries not just awareness, but also intention, emotion, and connection. When we look at someone who is fully attentive, there is something undeniably magnetic about them. They are not distracted, not caught up in their own thoughts or the chaos of the world around them. Instead, they are fully present, engaged, and focused. This kind of attention is rare in a time when so many are pulled in multiple directions by endless distractions. To give your full attention to someone or something is a profound act, one that communicates respect, interest, and value. Attention is one of the most profound forces in human interaction. Wherever your attention goes, energy flows. It is the silent force that shapes your experiences, relationships, and even the way others perceive you. When someone pays full attention, they create an invisible bridge between themselves and the object of their focus. This bridge carries not just awareness, but also intention, emotion, and connection. When we look at someone who is fully attentive, there is something undeniably magnetic about them. They are not distracted, not caught up in their own thoughts or the chaos of the world around them. Instead, they are fully present, engaged, and focused. This kind of attention is rare in a time when so many are pulled in multiple directions by endless distractions. To give your full attention to someone or something is a profound act, one that communicates respect, interest, and value. Attention is not just about where your eyes are looking. It is about where your mind and heart are directed. A person who is truly attentive listens not just with their ears, but with their entire being. They catch the nuances in words, the emotions behind them, and even the unspoken messages. When you feel truly heard and seen by someone, it is not because of what they say, but because of the quality of their attention. It is an unspoken acknowledgement that says, "You matter in this moment." There is also an incredible depth to attention when it comes to self-awareness. A person who pays attention to their own inner world becomes deeply connected to their thoughts, emotions, and intentions. This self-awareness reflects outward, creating an aura of calmness and centeredness that others cannot help but notice. They are not scattered, not overwhelmed by the noise of life, but grounded in the clarity that comes from truly paying attention. Attention has the power to transform relationships. When someone feels your full attention, they feel valued and understood. It is not about agreeing with everything they say or doing what they want. It is about showing that they are worth your time and focus. This kind of presence builds trust and fosters a sense of connection that goes beyond words. Even in moments of silence, when attention is fully given, it communicates more than any grand gesture ever could. At the same time, the lack of attention can create distance, even in the closest of relationships. When you are with someone but your mind is elsewhere, they can feel it. The words may be right, the gestures may be appropriate, but the lack of true attention leaves a void. It is a reminder of how essential this force is in creating meaningful connections. The power of attention also lies in its ability to elevate the ordinary. When you pay attention to the small details of life, a smile, a kind gesture, a fleeting moment, you begin to see the beauty that often goes unnoticed. This ability to notice and appreciate transforms your perception of the world and allows you to connect with life on a deeper level. It is not about looking for extraordinary things. It is about seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary, simply by giving it your full focus. Attention, in its purest form, is not about control or manipulation. It is about presence and receptivity. When you give your attention fully, you open yourself up to truly experiencing the world and the people around you. This openness is what makes attention so powerful. It allows for genuine connection, understanding, and transformation to take place. End of footnote. Attention is also deeply tied to intention. Where you place your attention reflects your priorities, your desires, and your values. If your attention is scattered across many things, it becomes diluted, losing its impact. But when you focus it, even on something small, it becomes a concentrated force capable of creating profound change. The ability to direct attention intentionally is what separates those who are merely existing from those who are truly living with purpose and clarity. Inner joy is not something you wear on the outside, yet it is one of the most visible qualities in a person. It is a light that shines from within, illuminating every aspect of their being and the space around them. Joy does not need decoration. It does not rely on circumstances or external validation. It is a state of being, a reflection of a deep alignment with life itself. When someone embodies this inner joy, it becomes impossible not to notice. It radiates, not like a blinding flash, but like the soft, steady glow of a flame that warms and comforts. Unlike fleeting happiness, which often depends on external factors, inner joy comes from a source that is untouched by the ups and downs of life. It is not about what you have or what you achieve. It is about how connected you are to the essence of life. A joyful person may face challenges, setbacks, and uncertainties like anyone else, but their joy is not shaken. Despite the setback, it is not denial or pretense. It is a profound acceptance of the transient nature of life and a willingness to dance with it, no matter the rhythm. When someone carries this kind of joy, it reflects in every aspect of their demeanor. Their smile is not forced or polite. It is genuine, reaching their eyes and lighting up their entire face. Even their silence holds a certain warmth, a sense of peace that makes others feel at ease in their presence. It is not about what they say or do, it is about how they are. Their very being communicates a sense of fullness, a contentment that cannot be faked. Inner joy also has a unique way of amplifying beauty. A person who is joyful exudes a certain vibrancy, a liveliness that draws others in. It is as though their joy enhances everything about them. The way they speak, the way they move, the way they interact with the world. This is not the kind of beauty that fades with time or depends on external appearance. It is a timeless quality that only grows stronger the more it is nurtured. You may have noticed that people who carry inner joy are often the ones others gravitate toward. Not because they are trying to attract attention, but because their presence feels like a breath of fresh air. They do not impose themselves or seek to dominate a space. Instead, they invite others to share in the joy they radiate. Being around such a person is a reminder of what it feels like to be truly alive, to exist in harmony with oneself and the world. This reflection of joy is not confined to grand expressions or dramatic gestures. It is found in the smallest of moments. A soft laugh, a kind word, a quiet act of generosity. It is in the way they appreciate the simple things in life, finding delight in what others might overlook. This ability to find joy in the ordinary is what makes it so powerful. It shows that joy is not something you need to chase. It is something you uncover when you let go of the unnecessary and connect with what truly matters. When inner joy is present, it also has a way of lifting others. Just as a single candle can light many without losing its own flame, a joyful person can inspire and uplift those around them without diminishing their own sense of well-being. Their joy is not selfish or exclusive. It is inclusive and expansive, creating an atmosphere where others feel encouraged to let go of their worries and embrace their own inner light. The reflection of inner joy is not limited by culture, age, or background. It is a universal language that resonates with everyone because it speaks to something fundamental within us all. It reminds us of the part of ourselves that is untouched by the noise of the world, the part that is inherently free, peaceful, and alive. It is this connection to our true nature that makes inner joy so transformative, not just for the person who carries it, but for everyone who encounters them. The reflection of inner joy is a testament to the profound beauty of living in alignment with one's true nature. It is not a product of fleeting pleasures or external validations, but a deep and enduring connection with life itself. Inner joy transcends circumstances, radiating through every aspect of a person's being, creating warmth, light, and inspiration wherever it is present. In a world often consumed by restlessness and distraction, this inner joy serves as a gentle reminder of what it means to truly live. It shows us that the path to fulfillment is not about acquiring or achieving, but about uncovering the richness that already exists within. This joy, when embraced, has the power to transform not only the individual who carries it, but also the lives of everyone they touch. As we reflect on the essence of inner joy, may we each turn inward to rediscover the light that resides within us, nurturing it until it shines brightly and effortlessly, becoming a reflection of life's infinite beauty and grace.